Right. Let me talk to you about ourselves, about what we are, us living beings, us servants of balance and of Osiris. What? Did you expect something different? I told you. I am as human as you are. We are both human. Once my scars heal, this will be removed. And once my eyes are fully healed, I no longer need these to shield them from the light. But I can look upon you and reassure you. In any case, amongst the humans, the most wondrous are the Imku. Remember I told you about those who were mummies in times of old, for thousands of years. 1,000 years, how long is that? Really long time. Let me give you an impression. You know Cleopatra? Everyone knows Cleopatra. She's an ancient queen. You know the pyramids of Egypt? Everyone knows the pyramids. Cleopatra is closer to us than she was to the creation of the pyramids. That is how long Egyptian history is. And of course, Osiris was even older than that. So, the Shemsu-Heru, those were the mummies that he created. They have endured for thousands of years, imperfect, but the ones who have not fallen to cynicism or to the enemy, who stayed loyal. Some of them survived yet. When the maelstrom hit the Shadowlands and the Duat, and their souls were destroyed, some were still living, and some of those willingly sacrificed themselves to Horus, without any hope of resurrection, giving their ancient lives and wisdoms without hesitation. Those were brought back with the new spell. They became the Imku, and I hope you will get to meet them someday. But amongst us, well, the Egyptians had ways of categorizing different types of the soul. And seeing as we are walking mummies with souls attached to us, I don't think we can question their classification, can we? And of the different types of the soul, different pieces that replaced us, we have different qualifications and different connections with Egyptian magic. Oh yes, there's magic as well. Look, you're becoming resurrected. Of course, there'll be magic as well. This is going to be a time of wonder for you. In any case, there's the Ka. That is the part of the soul that is obsessed with guarding the body after death. Those who receive the Ka are those who didn't care much for their body in life. And now they will care about it with great care in death. They will be cautious. They will be prudent. They will love their body. They become Kerminu, tomb watchers, and they're quite good at using amulets, especially for magical powers and control and protection of their body and their prone form. There's the Ba, the part of the soul that soars and returns. It is more of an intellectual thing. Those who have the Ba spliced upon them, who had imperfect Bas, were those who were uncurious, sometimes unthinking in life, and now are more tuned to intellectual pursuits. They become Krihabis, scroll bearers, and they develop their intellectual abilities in the direction of alchemy. Sorry, my body is not yet fully healed after my latest death, but it's getting there pretty well. Then there is the Sahu. that's probably the bit of the soul that's easy for you modern to understand, because you would just call it soul. The bit that goes to heaven, the spiritual side. Those who neglected their spirits will have this spliced into them, and they will become obsessed with, they'll become Messerkets, night suns, obsessed with perfecting themselves, becoming the perfect being that they were not. They use celestial magic, mystical connections with the gods themselves. Of course, there are gods. There's Osiris, Isis, Horus, and Set at the very least. There may be many others. This is a wonderful world that we live in. Then there's the Khu that surrounds the body and the soul. The ones who lacked Khu in life were those who didn't have a connection between their mind and their body. They were clumsy, or, much worse, they didn't even try. And now they are excited with the connection between them and how perfect their body moves. Watch that. That was myself. Yes, my body now responds to my commands. It moves where I move, and with that I can make effigies, and I can sculpt, and I can make creations that are perfectly imbued with magic. I control every gesture, and I create with perfection. I am a spirit scepter, a Sakmu. Then there's the Sepherki. They have been given a new Kaibit. This is the more dark part of the Egyptian soul. Sinister, angry. Why would you give anger to someone? Well, have you met someone completely passive? Complete doormat, I believe, is the modern expression, willing to be walked over. Yes, those are the ones who would benefit from a bit of anger, a bit of passion, a bit of aggression to strike down those that need to be struck down. The Sepherki, the unbandaged ones, are soldiers, and it is appropriate to their slightly dark nature that they embrace necromancy. And then finally, they are the Ujasen, the judged ones. You see, the spell of life does not always work. It's not always possible to splice in a soul and get something complete. Sometimes it fails and the soul is cast to the winds and destroyed. But sometimes, just sometimes, it's possible to pull the soul apart, the Temak soul, the bit that was spliced in, extend it, pull it across the whole soul and create something worth living. It is at a great sacrifice, though. You lose the powers of the ancient soul that was within you. You do not commune with ancients. The ancient knowledge, you are limited, imperfect. The judged ones feel like that, but that is their opportunity to rise even more. As I said, life isn't fair. Most of us do not get this resurrection at all. Better a judged one resurrection than none, right? And then they can make themselves more perfect. In any case, those are the types of mummy that you will encounter. You will fight alongside them. You will occasionally fight against them. Not, I hope, seriously, just to the death. 2 or 3 deaths is more than enough for any fight to run its course. Are these all the mummies of the world? No. Very much no. But to tell you the rest, I'm going to have to take you far away from Egypt.